Good morning. It's Friday and it's dormer day. So you would have seen in our last videos that we cracked on inside and got all the structure done and stuff like that, alongside some handy tips. But if you've not seen that, go back and have a little look. But today is all about dormer. So we've literally been here this morning. It's coming up to 5 to 8 now. Nathan's just got here. I've been doing a little bit of prep work whilst I've been waiting, so exposing the stills and stuff. But the plan of action is today to get this big flat roof dormer up. I believe it's 9 meters long by 3.5 meters deep. So yeah, that is the plan. We've got a little time lapse set up over there as well, so hopefully we'll be able to show you some of that footage. We've also got a cheeky little helmet cam that we're going to give it a go, so I can be hands-free and doing some filming. Nathan's just grabbing his Makita nail gun. Who knew they made nail guns? There's only one nail gun manufacturer, and that is Haslam, not Makita. But yeah, so basically we're going to get this all exposed. Well, I say exposed, the idea being is what we do is we do the perimeter. So if you can imagine, up the sides, along the top, along the bottom, so everywhere that we'd fix the dormer in place is exposed. As much as it's a lovely day today, we try and leave most of the roof in place just in case if we was to have that random downpour, we can protect it quite quickly and easily. But that said, with the size of this dormer and it just being me and Nathan, it's quite a challenge to get it built in one day anyway. So we can't add the added time or wasted time in removing all the tiles inside and stuff like that. So we'll do that once the dormer is built and watertight. Waste of my time. So yeah, so you see this still here. This still goes all the way through, so we're going to cut through this apex area, and we're going all the way down to that outer perimeter here. So we've got our double here, we've got our double at the end, and now our dormer is going to protrude out and go onto that still basically. So we better get building. Gotta love a new build property. So obviously dry ridge, that just completely sat there loose. Let's just stop that, a bit of wind pulling that off. Madness. So as you can see, that is our steel there. So if you can imagine, this is going to be the face of our dormer, so we're going to cut through that apex. So what I'm going to do is strip some tiles up that now, expose that, because we'll build this the dormer wall all the way through, and then our roof will come across and our wall will hold it up. So that is the plan. But just whilst I'm waiting for Nathan to get here, we'll do a bit what we can. So what I'm doing here is I'm just pulling this batten off now, and behind this batten is where this ridge beam is. So by getting this off, what that'll allow us to do, you see the beam there, is our roof joist will be able to slot into there, sit into that still, because I don't know if you can see it, but they're all down there and we've notched them all. So yeah, so they'll just slot in nice. Nathan's just pinning down the top of that steel wooden sole plate. It's just we weren't able to get to that with the roof in its place, so he's just doing that. Now we've got it all exposed. Right, so now we've got our steel all exposed, which is nice. So then we've got this ceiling joist. So you see here, whenever we do these, I don't know if you can see it on camera, we top them. So we'll mark the top, which in this case it is because it bows. So basically when the roof is down and the weight transitions, it should become straight or better than what it is. It isn't going to get any worse. But you see here we've got this notch. This notch matches the notch that we've done for the ceiling collar on the other side. So now effectively what we'll do is we're going to slip that in there like that. Nathan is going to cut a bit of timber in half. And basically what we'll do is we'll hold this piece level. We'll get a mark at what height we need to be. I'll show you that now. So you see that we've put the roof joists in now. We've put them all the way across, so all the notches are in. Then we fixed into the original trusses, and then we squared them all the way through. What I'm doing now is I'm now putting all the furrings across, so I'll continue, get all those on, and then what I'm then going to do is ping a line along the front, and then we'll cut those all nice and straight, ready for the soffit, and to start building up the makeup, ready for the fascia and gutters at a later date basically. So we're tag teaming, so we're now going to start OSB in this.
Up, loads up.
Loads up.
Down.
It's not that much then.
Down. Fucking right there, baby.
Yeah? So yeah, Nathan's going to start cladding the face of it, and I'm on the roof. So you'll see here where we've got this bit of makeup, what I call a makeup. So now, because of the insulation that we use, we've now got to double that up a little bit more just to get it so that it's 150 mil. But now what I'm going to do is measure out for some noggins for when the insulation goes in. We'll put our vapor barrier down, then we'll start putting the 150 PIR on top and in, and then we'll overclad it with the OSB. So we've now spread out all our 150 mil PIR insulation to create a warm roof. We've got our OSB sheets that we're going to put up on top and then screw in. But what I'm just going to do now is finish this makeup. So this is what I was saying. So the height of this, we need to pack this up, and then we'll then do the overhang for the fascia to create the soffit and so on. So on a warm roof, you don't need a vented soffit, but just aesthetically, I am going to add one to this one. But on the sides, the overhang will be flush with the cladding, basically. So we've just joined the rubber using this special double-sided tape, basically, but you use a primer. You're meant to use a primer on the joint, basically. So then we've done that all along that edge there. And now what we're doing is just pinning the batten around the edge just to keep it pushed down. We have glued the edge, but you see here where it's just pulling back up a little bit. So by putting a batten on top, it just helps keep it all in place. And basically now we're watertight. So we're just a little bit short of 3 bit OSB along this back strip. So we're going to do that at a later date, but basically we've glued that side of it and it's just getting it watertight now. So after a bit of a blind panic, because the weather dipped massively and it looked like it was going to really rain, we've been smashing out the roof stuff, as you'll see here. So we've got all the rubber laid out just in case, as it was about to pour. So we haven't finished that side of cladding yet, but we'll do that in a second. Nathan's just shot off to Screwfix to grab a roller for the rubber, because we've got to glue it down. Let's see if we get a chance today, depending on the weather. So what I'm going to do now is basically start to replace some of the felt across the front of here. Put a bit of batten in, start cutting in the tiles up the side and stuff like that. Just start trying to dress it in whilst we're waiting. So, ta-da! We now have a dormer. So as we touched on, the rubber roof is stuck down now. We've just got that back bit to finish off. What I'm just about to do now is just finish off this last row of tiles now. Nathan's shot off, but yeah, it's just me here now. So we've felted everything up so that it's all watertight, bar this little bit here. I've just cleared a little bit of space in here now. Let's cut that small section out, but that roof is all going to come out on Monday. But if I jump in and show you the results already, so by us just cutting out 1, 2, 3 trusses, we've got all of this space here. You can see the difference now, opened up massively, and then obviously we've still got all of that to come out now, and that's where the difference is going to be made. So once that's all gone, the space difference is going to be phenomenal. And then we've got some lovely head height. I don't even think I can just touch it, which is so yeah, I think we've got over 2.3, and then we've got the big Veluxes down there at the end now. So we moved those in, as you see earlier on in the day. So plan is next week, attack those Veluxes, get those 3 in, get this all cut out. We've got the First Fix electrics coming. I believe First Fix plumbers are booked as well. So everything's cracking on really. So we'll have a good week of tidying everything up, and I reckon towards the end of the week we'll be insulating. But as always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I hope you found some useful information in how we build our dormers and stuff like that. Apologies, the afternoon was a little bit more rushed. It's just the weather changed and it started threatening to rain, so we kind of had to just crack on massively. Didn't get a massive amount of time to film as much as what we did in the morning. But look, hopefully there's some good content in there. Let us know, and we'll show you again soon. Enjoy.